Hello YouTube, this is Shadow Hero 90 and allow me to welcome you to my show, Sexism in Movies and TV. Now there are three reasons as to why I do this show. The first is because as someone who watches TV, and as a man, I really do think I should be able to watch an actual American show without constantly being offended and without feminism being crammed into everything. The second reason is that a lot of these shows are geared towards a younger audience, and it would really be good if anyone from Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon saw this and actually tried to make a decent role model for boys who's not a white knight, a complete sissy, a doormat, or basically someone who is worthy of the title hero. You know, to keep them from turning out like these pricks. Doormats and losers like these chumps. And my third reason for doing this show is because, I'll just say it, they're aimed towards children. And kids are very impressionable. If you put the wrong stuff in a show for kids, it's gonna send a lot of really messed up messages. Like convincing a boy that basically trying to have anything that's meant to be his is somehow a crime, or wanting time to himself is somehow a crime, or basically a little girl being convinced that she can assault neighborhood boys, younger brothers, and any little kid or male who's weaker than her, and that there will be no consequences. In fact, a lot of these shows do teach girls that they can do whatever they want and consequences do not apply to them. So, with that being said, feel free to enjoy the review. Okay, in this episode of Sexism in Movies and TV, I'm going to be covering the episode Garage Bandit. And you're probably wondering, what is so sexist about this episode? Well, if any of you are regular viewers of this show, then I'm sure you remember the episode where I reviewed the episode No Such Luck. As you can tell, it's gotten over 750 views and 2 likes. In that episode, the one I reviewed, No Such Loud, Lincoln was essentially bullied into having no time for himself and having to attend all of his bully asshole sister's functions or events, and was threatened with physical violence when he said no. But when Lynn lost her baseball game, she instantly assumes that Lincoln's bad luck. So, in order to get some free time, Lincoln takes advantage of this and has to psychologically scare all 10 of his sisters into not wanting him around, which quickly backfires in his face. They essentially lock him out of the house and force him to eat outside and forbid him from attending any family activities until he makes them realize he's not bad luck, but then they make him wear that stupid-looking mascot suit. You're probably wondering how that episode compares to Garage Bandit. Well, it's actually really simple. You see, in this episode, Lori, who is the oldest, might I add, is basically sick and tired of actually having to help her younger siblings because, well, like I said, she's the oldest. Both of their parents have to work to keep that family together, and she's the second thing that a lot of these loud kids have to a second mom. All that aside, the point is that Lori just wants some time to herself. And she gets it by moving into the garage. You're probably wondering at this point how this could possibly be similar, or what negative message could this, what makes this episode so similar to No Such Luck? Well, that's actually kind of simple. Just like Lincon, Lori just wanted some alone time, and she gets it. But unlike Lincon, who had 11 years of alone time to catch up on, Lori actually completes every task that she wanted to do in only 30 minutes. And then she actually wants to go back, but she did remember what a massive temper tantrum she probably had to throw to move into the garage, so she literally has to pull every stunt she can think of to convince her parents to take her back. And eventually she gets the idea to convince the neighbor to ram his lawnmower into the garage so she can come back. The plan doesn't really go as well as Lori had hoped it would, but after explaining the truth that she wanted to come back, all of her siblings welcome her back with open arms, blah blah blah, the freaking end. Now you're probably wondering how this compares to No Such Loud. Well, that's actually simple. We have one of the Loud siblings in No Such Loud, it was Lincon. And in Garage Bandit, it was Lori. All they wanted was some time alone. They paid the consequences for it. And, well, those are the only similarities. The only difference is that when Lori wants some time alone, her siblings welcome her back with open arms. But the minute Lincoln wants some time alone, which is pretty sympathetic since that's the basis of the show. He's one boy in a house full of 10 girls. Apparently Lincoln, well, what I'm saying is that apparently they're saying it's okay for Lori to want 30 minutes to herself, but if Lincoln asks for just one, it's almost a crime. Or they're probably implying it is a crime since Lori got it easily. She got her 30 minutes to do whatever she wanted. Lincoln had to stoop down to psychologically scarring his family or something along that line, and it results in him being treated like a dog or a monster. What these episodes have in common is they both feature a loud sibling that just wants some time alone. What they're implying is that it's okay when Lori wants it, but it's not okay when Lincoln wants some time alone. And I'm not going to accept the excuse that Lori deserves time alone just 'cause she's the oldest. Lincoln deserves time alone too, because he's the only boy in a house full of 10 girls. And the reason I won't accept this as an excuse, that excuse is a complete fake out. And before I end this review, I am going to say I do not believe in the controversy that showed up surrounding the show, because in all fairness, its creator, Chris Savino, is not only a white knight, but I'm pretty sure that he 100% fucking hates men.